Another political billboard has been tampered with, this time in St. Thomas Eastern, and the incident has sparked outrage from the People's National Party caretaker for the area, who is calling for calm on both sides of the political divide. Our reporter is Akeem Oret.
The flames of political rivalry appear to be reigniting, this time in St. Thomas Eastern, where a campaign billboard for the People's National Party has reportedly been defaced. The party's caretaker for the constituency is pointing fingers, describing the act as one fueled by jealousy.
I know that it is an act of envy. I have much to lose, because St. Thomas is my home. I was born here. I was raised here. And I am sure that the candidate for the Jamaica Labour Party does not even have a distant cousin living in St. Thomas.
Shaw is appealing to the Jamaica Labour Party JLP supporters in the area to stand down and refrain from this kind of behavior.
I am therefore calling on the candidate, the Member of Parliament, Ms. Charles, to desist and ask her supporters to desist from carrying out this act of vandalism.
She is also urging her own supporters not to retaliate, emphasizing the importance of civility and peace in the lead-up to elections.
Let us not retaliate. I reported the matter to the police. Let the police deal with it.
This latest incident follows similar occurrences across the island, raising concern about growing political tensions ahead of the next general election. Akeem Oret, CVM News.
With the general election drawing near, the spotlight is on voter participation. In recent years, voter turnout has reached a low point, raising questions about public trust in elected leaders and the effectiveness of political representation. So what's been driving this disconnect? Carla Ramdeen has more in this report.
No vote. Vote not help no one. Only when they want to vote, you see them. When they want help, you don't see none of them. So, no vote.
In the last general election, only 37.8% of eligible voters casted their ballots. Research fellow Talisis at the University of the West Indies, Mona, Dr. Stephen Johnson, explains that this is problematic, as it indicates that the minority is making decisions for the majority.
But based on a recent study that we have done here at Talisis, what we find is that the older voters are more inclined to vote. And that's usually a universal trend. But nonetheless, it doesn't necessarily mean that you cannot try to engage, like, for example, Gen Z or millennials or Gen X. But what you find is that voter turnout among this cohort is exceptionally low.
Dr. Johnson says part of the issue is linked to political distrust. He explains that some politicians fail to keep their promises, adding it is the duty of citizens to be aware of government procurement processes.
Some of it is driven by ignorance, because government procurement process, it takes a very long time. But when a politician goes on a platform and say, okay, I'm going to give you X, but it's going to take a very long time, you know what, you're not going to want to hear from him, especially when your opposition or your opponent is promising to get it to you now. So again, this is the source of the distrust.
We took to the streets to gauge voting intent among the electorate in Halfway Tree St. Andrew.
I'm going to vote for the People National Party. I don't say nothing about Andrew's party. Right? Andrew's, I do female, my party, I'm my party. When I vote because I look at size of bird. I just like the party. I'm see the party, I got the right way, I vote. If I not got the right way, I not vote.
I show a mama from my band. My granny a shower, so I have to set the trend. I just grow up band a shower. Now change.
People should vote. However, I am just not sure what I'm voting for right now. There have been some changes, some improvement and so on, but the behavior of the members of parliament and the persons in government, it leaves a bad taste in their mouth.
Carla Ramdeen, CBM News.
Senator and disabilities advocate Professor Floyd Morris is welcoming the People's National Party's promise to provide housing for persons with disabilities should the party form the next government. Senator Morris, who was the first visually impaired person to serve as Senate President, says the proposal is not a political gimmick, but part of the party's ongoing support for the disabled community. Zor Grant has the details.
PNP Senator and disabilities advocate Professor Floyd Morris is backing the party's recent commitment to provide housing solutions for persons with disabilities if elected.
We are always working and giving support to persons with disabilities. A lot more needs to be done. And what we have now is a leader who is extremely sensitive to persons with disabilities because he grew amongst persons with disabilities at the Mona Rehabilitation Center. You know, so, I mean, that is going to be an added benefit.
He says the proposal reflects the PNP's long-standing commitment to advocacy and inclusion for persons with disabilities. He welcomed opposition leader Mark Golding's recent announcement of a disabilities fund, which he believes will provide much-needed support to the community.
That is why he has said he's going to be establishing a dedicated fund, the National Disability Fund, to be financed by the budget, you know, to assist persons with disabilities.
Senator Morris says the fund will provide vital support to students at the tertiary level who require financial assistance and assistive technology.
We are committed to assisting them through that fund. There are persons with disabilities that need assistive technology for work and employment.
While it's a major concern that this announcement may be politically motivated, Morris dismissed the suggestion, adding it's about special needs people.
This policy is not an election gimmick because we have announced this plan certainly earlier in the year. It's just that we have been timing when we make announcements of our policy approaches.
He points to the PNP's past record of delivering for the disabilities community as proof of its commitment.
Legislation to protect the rights of persons with disabilities was established by us in 2014. The whole issue of establishing social protection mechanism to assist persons with disabilities, you know, those on path, and ensuring that we have a mechanism that in the public service.
Zor Grant reporting for CVM News.